Happy Columbus Day, everybody. Today is Monday, October 14th. Very short, just a little quick note to all of you. Um, I'm going through your personal journal entries and I appreciate them very much. I read them and I do my best in trying to, kind of feel certain things out. As I went through several of them, I noticed that a few of you have brought up the current election cycle, the, specifically the presidential election cycle. And regardless of which side you are on, um, what I'm picking up is serious concerns, of course, that we all have as citizens. But in some of your writings, I sense a great dislike, if not hatred, towards one side or the other. And in your minds, you've justified this dislike, or what I believe could be a closeted hatred. It seems this way because in some of your writings, one or two of you get pretty passionate, and that's understandable. But remember, we have a brain. We are to control our emotions and our feelings and not let that run amok. When I was in the Marine Corps and later became an officer in the United States Army, we learned about psychological warfare. We used it. Certainly, we tried using it in uh, many wars, but the most notable, the Korean and Vietnam War. It was used against us, and we also used it by playing like rock music while they played anti-American tropes or whatever. And it's all to get into the head through the emotions, through the feelings. So whenever you see a political ad, or even a car ad, right? Or a sexy commercial on whitening your teeth and toothbrushing, understand it's designed to stimulate the emotions, not so much the brain, at least not in a critical thinking sense. So those of you who are at that point where you're like so entrenched in one side or the other, and you're sure that your candidate, well, maybe not your candidate, the other candidate is such a bad person. Be careful. That's a bias. It can very well be a bias, and one that's not really grounded in fact, but more or less in the manipulation that some of these ads, politicians, media, journalists, op-ed pieces might be spewing. That's why research, critical thinking, stepping back and understanding why is this person being attacked or why is this person being heralded as a hero, kind of weighing it and realizing that no one has the monopoly on the truth, as I say. And when people used to ask me, who are you going to vote for? I would say, I'm voting for someone just like you, a liar. I mean, you know, we've gotten to the point in politics that these politicians cannot firmly declare a position because for fear of losing votes and popularity, they have to morph and change. So you have to take a lot of these things with a grain of salt. And realize this, as long as we protect our Constitution, our freedoms, our liberties to free speech, respect, and above all, love for one another, even those we don't like, that to me is the sad thing about what I'm noticing in several of your personal entries, that you're forgetting the glue that binds humanity is compassion, it's love. And if you don't believe that, you're sorely mistaken. And you're missing out a very, very important thing in life. So take a deep breath. Don't worry so much. And reassess your biases. Reassess why you might be a borderline hater or you have become hating something. There are very few things in life we should hate. I dare say almost nothing. So please keep your heads together on your shoulder, critical thinking, check your emotions, check your feelings, and don't let the outside noise from whatever side, from wherever, upset you. Let it challenge you, maybe as I'm challenging some of you this morning, but don't let it upset you. Let that challenge be a growth opportunity. All right? So with that said, have a great week, and maybe in a couple of days I'll put out a video on our next session. I did release a pop quiz, very interesting one, not safe for work or for like little toddlers necessarily. Well, they might not understand, but just be careful with the topic, at least with the visual in that one video. But other than that, have a great Columbus Day. Yes, and I did celebrate Christopher Columbus, and they just recently found out by DNA testing, it looks like, although he may have been born in Italy, he was a Sephardic Jew. Very interesting story of what happened there. But anyhow, have a great week. Take it easy.